feel like food stamps should be mandatory for mothers that have one or more child. Stay with me now. If we are qualified to receive a certain amount of money during tax time, as long as we don't go over that income bracket, we should qualify for food stamps every month for these children. I have 2 boys. Food hate to see them coming. When I say I stay in Walmart, Walmart need to go ahead and sponsor me. Because I be up in there every other day. I just made groceries a few days ago. I had to go back to the store today. So all I'm saying is, if we are entitled to claim our children on our income taxes every year so we can receive a little bit of extra money, I need the government to have that same energy, and I need them to give us at least $100 per child.
So y'all remember that time that I got on TikTok telling y'all about the food stamps? Do y'all remember that time I got on here and told y'all about the food stamps? Baby, when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. Bitch, you better start lying. Bitch, that lady called me and said, ma'am, I said, yes, ma'am. She gonna say, what's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, or 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in a motherfucking 3-bedroom and everything, living lovely. Why the fuck did they turn my food stamps off? And I gotta pay back $35,000. They turned my food stamp off and I gotta pay back $35,000. Now I'm fucking aggravated because how y'all didn't know I was playing on here? Y'all just running with shit. But them motherfuckers really turned my goddamn food stamps off and I have to pay them back $35,000. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna get $35,000 from, but I have to pay them back. So y'all, watch what y'all put on the internet because everything is not for the internet. And I learned that. Now I'm sitting here stuck, hungry as fuck, no food. And I don't got no fucking $35,000, so I don't know where they think I'm about to get that from.
Hey guys, I am really mad. And you want to know why I'm really mad? I got a call today. They're stopping my cash. They're putting a hold on my cash assistance. And do you know why they told me they're putting a hold on it? Because I haven't found a job yet. Like, I should have to go out and find a job. Okay, isn't it the taxpayers' job to make sure that my son and I are taken care of? Like, what the hell? So now I don't know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to get these bills paid or buy the planner stuff I buy all the time without my cash assistance. And I shouldn't have to go out and find a job because that's what the money's there for. It's basically free money for people that just need it and don't want to have to work or shouldn't have to work. So, yeah, I'm real upset. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Food stamp. The fight over food stamps and welfare is reaching a boiling point in 2025. Across America, families are struggling with the rising costs of living, while heated debates over SNAP and EBT programs dominate headlines and social media. On one side, parents demand guaranteed benefits to ensure their kids don't go hungry. On the other, stories of food stamp abuse, with some people exposed owing tens of thousands in payback, fuel outrage among taxpayers. States like Nebraska, Indiana, and Iowa are moving to ban soda, chips, and candy from EBT purchases, sparking arguments over personal choice versus government control. Meanwhile, cuts to programs like Section 8 housing add even more pressure to low-income households already fighting to survive inflation.
Let's talk about it because my president is shaking the table, okay? I know. This is a good thing. There are a lot of people who are able to work that are receiving a crazy crazy amount of food stamps right now, okay? And let's just say that's not fair, okay? It's not fair. If we have to go out here and work and we're able-bodied citizens, you should have to work as well, okay? No, Trump is not trying to hurt you, okay? He's just trying to make you more independent. He's just trying to make you go out here and get it, okay? Without having to depend on the government. We spend too much, as you can see. We spend too much. This is ridiculous. In 2022, almost like $150 billion on food stamps. It's declined a little bit, but still, this is ridiculous. And let's just be honest, everybody that's on food stamps are not hurting. Like, they're not in a horrible position, okay? A lot of people have been just continuing to have kids and kids and kids. What about us? What about us that don't have kids, okay? That's like, no. Just because you have kids does not mean that you can just sit here and just take from the government. The government could just provide for you, and then everybody else who don't have kids, we got to sit here, we got to actually work. No. This is a great thing. MAGA all day. Let's talk about it in the comments.
Trump said you can only get on Section 8 if you're a veteran or a disabled person. Now listen, I agree. If you are of sound mind and good health, you need to get up and figure it out just like the rest of us. Stop having kids so you can ride the wave. The government shouldn't have to help you. At the end of the day, we're all independent. We can get up and grind. Do it like I do it. What do you mean? Why not? We're sick of people just riding the government's wave. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to just get housing, pay half of my rent, and then use these food stamps. If I need more, I'm going to just pop out another baby. What? What happened to go get it out the mud? What happened to work hard for what you want? What happened to that type of thing? You should leave that for people who really need it. People who are missing organs. People who have, they mentally can't, you know what I'm saying? People who need this type of help. Y'all don't. Let's be honest. Y'all don't.
Y'all want to make everything content, and that is the problem. Y'all do know that these people use social media to get a lot of their information, and they literally watch everything that we do, right? With that being said, a lot of y'all come on here and y'all want everything to be content. Let me show you my Mercedes-Benz in front of my Section 8 housing where I get a free utility check every month. Let's go with me to the grocery store while I go on this luxurious grocery haul and I show y'all my 40 cases of soda. I show you my 20 cases of chips. I show you all my Gushers and fruit snacks and T-bone steaks and the whole nine. Y'all have to keep in mind that a lot of people that sees this content, a lot of people that's scrolling down your timeline are working class people. And some of them get very offended, if not upset, that they want to qualify for the benefits that they feel like you're getting. They feel like you sit at home, you don't do nothing all day while they working 2 and 3 jobs, and yet they can't get the benefits that you sit on this very app and glorify every day. Trump is making a change to the different policies when it comes to these benefits, and now everybody is mad. How about we start taking responsibility and accountability for our actions and think about the part that we played in everything that we're seeing playing out?
You guys are going to get mad at me, but I'm going to say it. The government needs to cut welfare. It needs to put a cap on it. They need to put heavier stipulations on the welfare system. You're going to ask me, why do I think like that? Because I'm going to tell you this as someone breaking boundaries, coming out of generational low income, and then my mother did her big one and moved us into a gated community with my stepdad. Thank you. Shout out to you. So I want to say this. No bitch is going to keep having babies who can't take care of them. The problem is the welfare system is rewarding bitches for having babies. How do they lose? You get food stamps. You might get TANF if you're homeless, which is, I guess that covers your full rent. You get a Section 8 voucher if you play your cards right. The system needs to be reconstructed. It needs to be reconstructed because who feels it knows it. It's no way that a bitch is going to continue to have kids. If you say to her, listen, LaQuasia, you're on your 3rd baby at 23 years old. we're not giving you any more food stamps. You fucked up the first time. Okay, that was an accident. We understand that potentially you're dealing with productivity of your environment. Cool. You fucked up a second time. Trifling as fuck, but we gave you grace. Now you get pregnant a third time by the same deadbeat ass nigga, and you want us to give you food stamps again and give you more Medicaid, extend your stay. That's the problem. People are like, oh, get at the men. I'm a woman. I'm going to speak for the women. I'm holding women accountable. I'm going to let the men hold the men accountable. Because there's somebody out here for the men. Trust me, I'll get to them another day. But that's what's wrong with the system. If you said to a mother, okay, you're on your third baby, and you said to her, listen, we've already told you you've been in our voucher-based apartment for 4 years not to have another kid. We're already doing a lot for you. And when they have another kid, put their ass out. Put their fucking ass out. Tell them they have forfeited the contract. You have forfeited the contract and you breached the contract. You're gone. And I fucking guarantee you, yeah, we'll have a few examples that we'll have to make, that all this bullshit is going to stop with the welfare system.
I told y'all it was coming. So I recently made a video talking about the state of Nebraska, how you will be unable to purchase sodas and or energy drinks on your SNAP benefits, food stamp, or EBT card, whichever you call it. You will be unable to purchase these things. Now, this will become effective on January 1st of 2026, right? And I told you that there will be other states that will follow. Well, guess what? Indiana and Iowa recently got the approval from the federal government to be able to ban these products on your grocery list whenever you go grocery shopping with the EBT card, SNAP benefits, or food stamps. There will be other states that will follow. Now, it did not tell me an effective date for Indiana and Iowa, so I'm unsure about that. When I find out that information, I'll definitely bring it to you. So I'm unsure about when that will be effective. For Nebraska, it is definitely effective January 1st, 2026. For Indiana and Iowa, we will find out, but they said it will be more states to follow. So definitely stay tuned, because you don't want to get up to the register and be embarrassed, or get up to the register and trying to figure out why you have a balance and they're saying you have to pay cash. Do not buy sodas and do not try to buy energy drinks after January 1st for Nebraska, because it will be rejected. With that being said, I'll try to continue to keep you up to date with food stamp and Medicaid, basically any type of governmental assistance. I will keep you up to date with that. This is Lady Queen, Blackwood News. Bye, guys.
But then
they cut my motherfucking food stamps to $85 from $738. How the fuck? That's supposed to support a household of 3 for a job that barely even support my basic needs now. Like, inflation is high and the bitch groceries is high as shit. Oh, I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit, because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit? So when y'all see me in the motherfucking store stealing stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bag, nicely act like you don't see shit and mind your motherfucking business, because this shit is going in my motherfucking bag, and I'm walking out this motherfucking store with my motherfucking chest up and my head held high, and I dare you to try to tell me, hey ma'am, excuse me, because I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded and say go talk to Trump about that shit.
So I've always been proud to be an American, but I am very proud to be an American today, now that I know that Trump is cutting off Section 8 and giving it to the people who rightly deserve it, like our veterans, and the people who are disabled, who actually cannot go to work. Because y'all treat, some of you guys who have been on Section 8 for 30 plus years, treat Section 8 like it's an heirloom. Y'all never let it go, and this is what you guys are passing down to your children. That's all you guys have to pass down to your children. You have nothing else to pass down. You're not passing down any wealth, knowledge, just your Section 8. So I'm glad and I'm happy to be an American today.
So there's a lot of drama going on about EBT reductions. A lot of people are making videos that they're losing this much money, that much money, whatever. About a decade ago, I was a manager at Walmart, and a big chunk of Walmart's business is the grocery side, and a big chunk of that is EBT. And I will tell you, there is nobody on EBT that is starving. The people with the biggest baskets of whatever junk, it was always EBT. It was the people in spandex and slippers and pajamas and whatever. You know, people, they look like don't even work. They just rolled out of bed 10 minutes ago before they got to the store. And they got the biggest baskets, and it's just full of Cheez-Its and Doritos and ice cream and all kinds of garbage. It ain't food from the produce section. It ain't fruits and vegetables. And you know, the regular people that are having to buy food, you know, they got a hand basket, or their basket is like one layer high. You know, it's not 10 layers deep all the way to the top. So you can tell who's buying food, and you can tell who's working to pay for food. And the people out there that are working are actually struggling really bad in this country right now. There's an immense amount of people that can barely buy food at all, that have nothing to eat, and they work 40 hours a week. Maybe they're working 45, 50 hours a week, and they're doing side gigs like DoorDash and things like that, and they still can't eat anywhere near as good as the people on EBT. EBT is the most wasteful thing. I remember, it was somewhere around 2008, when I was at Walmart, and I remember the food stamp allotments just increased massively. So it's not that you got food stamps, you were getting EBT, and, you know, somebody that was getting 200 a month all of a sudden was getting way more than that. Everybody's benefits just increased like a crazy amount. And that's when, after that, you just started seeing big baskets of food everywhere. And there was no limits on it. I mean, 12 packs of soda in there. Didn't matter what it was. There was just nothing but garbage food. These are all empty calories and blah, blah, blah. And it's really bad for you. And you know what people say? I'm seeing a lot of comments where they say, oh, it's not your business what we get. Well, it kind of is, because the money you're using isn't your money. And unfortunately, what you're eating is going to cause a massive amount of medical problems, which is then going to be eaten up on Medicaid, because a lot of the people that are on EBT are also on Medicaid. And guess what happens when you have hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and all this garbage because you eat nothing but garbage? If you give somebody, so that's the other backside of it, is that you have an immensely unhealthy population of people that are also tying up the entire medical system and just eating up Medicaid dollars. So it's not just EBT. Medicaid's also suffering on the backside of it because people are so unhealthy. Just the people that are on the highest amounts of EBT are absolutely unhealthy. I witnessed it. I saw this stuff day in and day out. And the thinnest people you'd see in the Walmart were always people that had to pay for their own food, because they don't get much. They're eating like pasta or some ramen. They don't have that much money. So it's just very unfair that you see people are either getting a ton of free stuff or people are halfway starving. And the narrative that the media wants you to believe is that the people that are starving are the people on EBT. That's a lie. That is 100% lie. I'm going to tell you right now, been there, done that. I think it's great that they're cutting EBT. It needs to happen just from a health standpoint. There is no reason. If I give you $100 a month for food, you're going to eat a certain amount. If I give you $300 a month, you're going to eat $300. You're going to eat triple the food now. Cause that's just how humans are. That's how people are. They're going to now buy more. If I give you $500 a month, you're going to buy $500 of food every month. You're going to eat more. I give you $1,000 a month. You're going to eat $1,000 a month. See, that's where you get all this, where people are clinically obese, all kinds of health problems, because people are just eating. You will see people in Walmart with 2 baskets loaded. That person is not paying for that. That's free. That is free. And it makes you sick. It makes you sick to see the abuse like that. It's not fair that the people working are eating almost nothing, or eating the very minimum, you know. And if they do eat meat, they're getting like, you know, the 70-30 hamburger meat, you know, because that's the cheapest they can find that they can afford. While the people on food stamps are over there getting literally porterhouses and, you know, ribeyes. And it doesn't matter. They don't even care. Let me tell you something. When you, like I said, I was a manager there for probably about 8 years, and you will never really see anybody that's on EBT even look at prices. They will just take anything off the shelf. It's always name brand. They don't care. They literally just throw it in. They have so much on these cards. They don't care. Everybody with a job is looking at prices. They're trying to see if I buy the small box or the big box, where's the better value? And they're trying to do the math in their head as they shop. But not people on EBT. They just boom, throw it in the basket. They do not care. Just get it. It doesn't matter. They couldn't tell you at the register the price of anything in that basket because they don't look. I watch people shop. I watched it for years. So, I'm not going to be crying about EBT and nobody out there, no reasonable person should be crying about it either. Let it get reduced. It should be.
This video dives deep into the EBT crackdown of 2025, from fraud cases and restrictions to the human stories of families who rely on these programs to make it through the month. We'll explore whether these changes are about accountability or punishment, and what they mean for the future of government assistance in America. With the cost of groceries at record highs, the stakes have never been greater for those depending on food stamps to feed their families. Stay tuned as we break down the controversy, the policies, and the growing movement calling for reform. Share this video to spread awareness, or join the debate and follow us so you don't miss out on these social issues.